they are homosexuals. They don't want their spouse anymore. They enjoy being on this job so much. This is all they ever want to do. They never want to stop. They're enjoying it so much. The euphoria, having sex with their friends, their workmates, and sexual stimulation all day long, because the equipment's set up to do that. So they just enjoy it so much. They don't want to stop, from all that I've seen. So the sexual properties of the group seem to be copied, and that new person, when they come in, they start experiencing all the thoughts and the approval of those thoughts, and then they have the experience, the approval of that experience, the pleasure from that experience, and all that gets packaged into their memory. And essentially, we've now cloned them, so to speak, in that one area. And what I've seen is not just that area, but other areas. The people that come into the group become like the others in the group. And it's very, very strange. It's very strange. It's almost as if a new person comes in and they're cloned as they take part in the activities of the group. And out of this whole thing, people will leave. New ones will come in. And I speak of it as a brain disease. It's like a brain disease because as new people come in, they gain all the attributes, or many attributes, of the others. And it just gets passed on and on. So a year ago, one person left, I remember, and he had a powerful need to hurt me. He loved hurting me. And everybody that joined him, if they did not want to hurt me in the beginning, shortly after that they enjoyed hurting me. And this has just been passed on and on. And everybody that gets involved on the other side of this, they seem to enjoy hurting me. And so that's part of the pleasure that they have, is hurting me. And they also seem to enjoy following me around, listening to me, hearing me talk, hearing anything about me. They want to be involved in all aspects of my life. I'll hear them talking about me, saying he this or he that, praising me, speaking positively about me, bragging about me as if I'm, their pet on a string, and they want to brag about me to their friends. It's really strange. It's really weird and kind of disturbing. But it's going on continually. As I'm making this video, people are enjoying hearing me discuss these things. They don't want them out in public, but they enjoy hearing me talk. And so that's part of it. And I believe I'm starting to understand that there are those that are becoming more skilled with this type of equipment, sitting at a terminal, that are giving very positive signals to the group when they want them to worship me, to think very highly of me, to want to continue on following me, because they want me to be a very important part of the picture for them. So I think there's that going on. And what I'm hearing, even sexual type of pleasure they're getting when I talk, such that, and I can say it's pretty much consistent over time. All the men and all the women seem to be very sexually attracted to me. Many have talked like they're one day going to be my mate, and we're going to live happily ever after with one of these devices in the home. And that has not happened, and it won't. So it's still something that's been a theme. So I do believe they're actively trying to push that, to keep them wanting to follow me. Because I've told them, if you just want to pursue the mind-altering effects of that equipment, why don't you just form a club? Why commit crime to do it? Why not form a club? And if you want to use my voice or whatever, well, play it, record it, synthesize it, whatever. You don't need me. Please leave me alone. It's painful on my end. The fact though that is painful, they enjoy. So what I've seen, and I've tried to shake this out over time. And as far as the personality on the other side that seems to be created, what do I see in all of them? What are their priorities? And so I have come up with priorities for them. And I've shaken them down over time, and they seem to apply very, very consistently. And so let me just get into that a little bit. The people that come together here to do this to me, like I say, they all seem to take on the same attributes. So number one, their priority, number one priority, I call hurt him. They all have this powerful need within them to hurt me, and they enjoy it. And I don't doubt if that's being enhanced by people that are doing more of an active manipulation to make them enjoy it more, because they want them to hurt me. Because don't forget, this is part of a cover-up. I have accused Electric Boat and Soundless, and if my accusation stands and they're found to have done this, it's both criminal, and they're certainly both criminal and civil. The penalties could apply. And I was told by the chief of police from the town of Groton jurisdiction that when this is over, I will be involved in criminal and civil proceedings, and it will be very hard on me. So I think these companies, maybe they have a lot of pull in high places, and they could get this investigation, quote unquote, to go on for a long time while they keep attacking me, hoping that I'll have a heart attack and die. And I do suspect that's the case, and it's strictly for the purpose of saving money. In addition, there have been 2 police in the town of East Lyme, the town I live in, that have been involved with the Stalkers. And I believe the town would also fear a suit. And maybe that is why, though I try, I can't get them to stop this crime right around my home. They know about it. They don't seem to want to act to make it end. And I'll discuss more about that in another video. Some of the difficulties I've had here in this town. So back to their priorities. Hurt him. They all have this priority to hurt him, meaning me. Number 2, worship him. They follow me everywhere. They love everything about me. They want to know everything about me. They want to be involved in everything I discuss, everything I read. They brag on me to each other. They worship me. Priority 3, have sex with each other. And I spoke about that a bit already. And number 4, I'll call raise hell. They like to cause any disturbance anywhere that they can. When with each other, let's say one person is observing the others have a very hard time, he's beaming. He's enjoying the people around him being disturbed. They like hurting each other. If they can cause some sort of disturbance in the central nervous system of the group, and the person causing that is feeling the pain themselves, it almost seems as if it's rewarding enough to upset everyone else. He'll put up with the pain. That type of thing. So they're all rascals to each other. They're all hurtful. They like to cause upset wherever they are, as if the priority of causing upset overshadows maybe the ramifications of that upset. They just like to cause disturbance. So priority number 4 I call raise hell. Number 5, perpetuate this. They will do anything they can to keep all of this going. So many times I've called people in government, whether it's a senator or police or someone, a commissioner, and it seems like I make the call, and I've seen this, a pattern in this. I make the call. The person I'm talking to on the other end gets interrupted in the middle of the call, and when they come back, they're uncooperative. So it starts out with them wanting to help me. They're interrupted, and then they don't want to help. Now, anytime I make a phone call, the people on the other end here, those stalking me, know the number that I'm dialing, so they know where I'm calling. They know prior to my making the call, they hear me deciding to make the call, so they can already have that information on hand, and they can cause things to happen just like that, and get me shut right down. And why do they do that? I believe to perpetuate. They don't want anyone stopping this. They want to perpetuate it. Now, priority number 6, and there's only 6 priorities. The rest I have not named. Number 6, I call simulate work. It seems like anyone that gets involved, they want to do this forever, and they have to make it look like their job. And I believe people that are investigating have gotten involved, and they want this investigation to go on for a long time. And that's why it continues. And so they need to keep pulling things out of this investigation to show that there's fruit coming from it. And so any little piece of information that they get from me, they jump on it. They're really happy to get any piece of information, anything they can, to show that this is their job and they need to be doing this as their job. They want to do it forever. So it's part of perpetuating it, but I call it simulate work. So the 6 objectives: hurt him, worship him, sex with one another, raise hell, perpetuate this, and simulate work. Those are the 6. Below those 6, for the people doing this, is their family, their wealth, their reputation, their job, their health. All those things are lower priorities than these top 6. And I've seen that consistently, that these top 6 priorities mean the most to them. When there are times where I've almost gotten away, people on the other end of this panic. And I've seen that consistently for years. In the beginning, I tried running away with my vehicle. All kinds of winding roads, taking lots of turns, driving in mountainous areas, driving in the winter, doing some crazy and even dangerous things. I've never gotten away. I've come close to getting away, and when I've come close to getting away, they become awfully upset on the other end, panicked at the thought of losing me. So there's this connection with me that they feel is really, really important, and I've seen that consistently. So as I've said, I have electronic equipment that I'm using to disturb theirs. And anything that I do, they try to use whatever resources they can find to outdo me, so that they keep this going. And that's been something I've been pursuing. But I'm realizing that I'm one man, and they have a lot more resources. And so there's only so much that I think that I can do. I can keep them at bay. I can disturb them. I can upset them. I can disable some of their functions. I can block their video. some things, but I haven't shut them down completely. Around my home, the terrain is a little uneven. From my vehicle, if they're, well, they have to transmit quite a bit of power for me to really shut them down effectively. And I can come close, but I haven't really shut them down. And when I do shut them down, they move a little farther away, and their microwave signal can still hit me, and I'm not shutting down their equipment. So I'm kind of balancing where I should go with that, and I'm realizing that speaking out like this disturbs them more, because their bosses, who they may be square with, they may not be square with, they do have the capability of shutting this whole thing down. And so I see things continuing. Quite possibly the town of East Lyme doesn't want to stop this. They like to see the ones I've accused, they would like to see me succumb to the effects of this equipment, and that would save them the possibilities of a lawsuit. Electric Boat and Soundless, again the same. So there is that, and I think people investigating don't want the embarrassment, quite possibly, if they're involved with the pleasurable effects of this equipment that make them want to perpetuate it. So there's that component also. But I think the main component as to why the players that are involved continue to be involved is the mind-altering effects of this equipment, and maybe those in power above them that have a monetary interest in seeing me succumb to the effects of this equipment before the investigation ends. Quite possibly they're happy to take advantage of what's happening here. So I'm hoping that putting this information out will jog those that control in this investigation. I hope it will jog them and cause them to want to do the right thing, and that would be end it, and bring aid to those that got involved as victims, because I believe them being victims could be explained because many have fallen victim to it. So they don't have to be looked upon as those of questionable character. And that's one of the reasons I'm hesitant to put a video out like this. I think there are those that get involved, and they get involved with good intentions, and then they fall victim. And I'm not looking to hurt those, but I am looking to save my life and that of my loved ones. And quite possibly, if this came out, could hinder or stop some of this type of crime from happening around the country. And for those reasons, I think it's very important to get the information out. Thank you.